Well, here we are in the town of Füssen, which is by the Disneyland castle, as you remember from Disneyland, I guess. It's called Schloss Neuschwanstein, and the king's name was King Ludwig. Supposedly he was gay, or he had some mental disorder, so this was a church we saw. And here, everybody's getting together a little bit. We had some ice cream here and coffee. It was real good. That's in downtown Füssen. That's my aunt again, and her husband, my uncle. So we had lots of fun. I mean, we're just walking around that town. As you can see, we did a lot of walking everywhere. My parents, my mom, my dad. And here you see the king's dad's castle, Hohenschwangau. And that's where he grew up as well, of course. And from there he did build the other castle, Neuschwanstein. He has several other castles. The Schloss Neuschwanstein castle was never finished. This is by the on the bottom still from the castle where the royal estates were, the stalls and everything. And there's also a lake called the Königssee, Lake of the Kings. So it was really beautiful. My dad and I hiking up here, and it said there somewhere for experienced hikers 1.5 to 2 hours. Well, we made it in 45 minutes. I don't know how, but I was half dead when I got there. So, and there's like on the way was a beautiful little spring. The water was so nice and refreshing. I mean, the temperature was kind of like hot outside, and humidity was worse. Here's in Disneyland Castle. We're standing on a little tiny bridge actually. It was pretty windy that day too. And it's just a gorgeous castle on top of the mountain. Here's like a little waterfall. This is about a 330-foot drop down. You can see the water is nice and green, turquoise color. This is actually a park ranger, and he was filming us. And of course the castle in the background again, my dad and I. And here you will see now the Königssee, the lake of the king. And he used to go swimming there and go for walks and everything. It was beautiful. The water wasn't about in the 60s, but people do go swimming there, especially when it's muggy and hot and sticky outside. And you can see on the left is the dad's castle, on the right is King Ludwig's castle. And here it is again. This is on our way back home again. Now we're going to the monastery of Andex, which has I think the best beer period there is. And those are actually the bathrooms. You see, for the guys, we just pee on the floor. That's a little different, isn't it? I bet. And here's the monastery. Their specialty is beer, like I said, and good food such as pretzels and pig leg. It's the lower part, the calf of the pig. Usually thousands of people flock here, but we got pretty early, so it wasn't as packed yet. My mom, and here's the beer already flowing, I guess, and my uncle again. Everybody wants beer. Beer, beer, beer. It's strange, but this is our culture, and we have no problems with that. It's good stuff. This is a liter of beer, a liter mug. And it was so good. And they have like a dark version and a light version. It's not light, but it's the normal yellow color, as you know. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Looks good, tastes good. Those are the pretzels. I mean, those are pretzels. Nothing to compare what we have here in the States. Those are awesome. I guess we have to go somewhere else or Fredericksburg to get the good stuff. I'm enjoying some good beer here and a good pretzel. Of course, I'm not the only one. My aunt, she has a beer too, of course. She enjoys that food. My mom does too, and the beer here and the pretzel, and she has, I think, also a leg there. I'm not quite sure, but you'll see what that pig's leg, or the pig calf, looks like in just a minute. It is absolutely delicious. It's grilled, and eat it with sauerkraut and mustard, and beer has to go with it. I guess beer is my new vocabulary. That's Mario's hand holding up the beer and the name of the beer. And there it is. Doesn't it look gorgeous? Actually, I think it's the thigh. Yeah, it's the thigh, not the calf. Well, after this, we had to drive to Munich, Mario and I, which was an 80-mile drive, one way. And we had to hurry to buy this very special beer called Edelstoff, as you can see. It was raining a little bit, no matter. Just put the pedal to the metal, and we just hauled butt. Took us about 2 hours to get both ways, including half an hour looking for beer and stuff. And here's my dad pouring some Obstler. That's a different type of schnapps. We had a really good time. Again, celebrating like crazy. And everybody's cheering again. Those are some neighbors, some friends of my parents. And of course, the stuff has to go down real nice and smooth. And it was really good. I mean, it tastes a little bit fruity, but it has a little bite to it. Not too bad. Just awesome. Here you see the bottle, the Edelstoff. Good beer. So we drank quite a bit of that and the schnapps, etc. And you'll see as the night goes on, we're just having good old time. This is still birthday party for my dad, pretty much. We celebrated for like 3 or 4 days, including the hikes and everything else. It was awesome.
Ach, ist sehr gut, Adele. Was ist das? Hier, probier mal von dem morgen. Ja, nur mal schön. Adele, probier mal.
Trink das nicht.
Doch, da. Ach, das ist schade drum, ne? Hast du zu wenig da, ne?
Wie weit muss man da laufen?
So to keep healthy.
Ja, wie weit muss man laufen?
1600 Meter Höhe.
Ja?
Von 1000 Meter.
Das ist
Wenn ich so nach Hause komme,
Ja.
das ist schön. Das ist schön.
dann kommt man nach Stadt, aber kann ich gar nicht so
Here's my uncle holding out the beer. Like I said, that guy is 78 years old. Pretty fit for his age. And he loves his beer. Daily 1 or 2 beers. A little toad my dad found somewhere in the backyard. I don't know. I guess it was a little moisture and it came out. So he's playing with that just for a little bit.
Listen.
Die kleinen Grünen, die haben wir immer gefangen.
Bier, was ich getrunken habe und dann nach Auto gefahren bin, war eigentlich schon zu viel.
Glaube ich. Deswegen eigentlich.
Ich habe zwar Cola getrunken, ich meine, ich habe sehr fett gegessen, dann habe ich das auch getrunken, dann ging es noch, aber...
Böse.
Vollziehen.
Oh, the bottles have changed again.
Nicht
More
mehr
bottles.
nachvollziehen, kann ich auch
Check
nicht
it
mehr
out.
konform gehen. Ich kann nicht
My
in
dad.
Drittweltländern, die
Mario talking shit. As the night is going on, we're feeling really lightheaded, a little bit dizzy, and very happy. I wonder why. So Mario and I started making a whole bunch of stupid things, and I had to cut a lot of stuff out. It was, I think, not G-rated anymore, but it was alright. And here I can barely see anything with the light, plus a little bit intoxicated myself, so...
There's a lot of beer here we've got. I can't see shit with this light, you know that, right? And I don't know how long this battery's gonna last. But I'm pretty much like what Mario likes. Drink another beer.
Well, the last few things we have to drink, I decided to drink like 2 beers at once. Well, I didn't get a sip really. And the first dead person, Mario, he just folded and went to sleep. Well, actually I did too. I just took that picture and that was it. He was out like a light. The next day he drove home and my parents and I we went to Austria. And we went hiking into the Alps up there. So it was gorgeous. Here's the Lech. It's a beautiful stream. I remember as a kid I used to jump in there quite a bit. And I remember it was very cold. It comes right from the mountains. Well, here's the border crossing for Austria. There is no more border patrol there. It's just a sign that you are in Austria now, since we have the United Europe, whatever you want to call it, the EU, European Union, I guess it's called. Here's my parents, and don't look at my aunt that just had to relieve herself behind the car, which is allowed here in Germany, so that's no big deal. I guess here in the US you would get a ticket for that. Neighbors again, my dad getting ready, putting the hiking sticks together.
Ach so. So ein extra Stock, wa?
So dunkel.
I didn't really have hiking clothes with me, but I guess those BDUs did the trick, and here I am, having a little umbrella with us. It was pretty cold. Like, this is June, July, guys. Okay? Actually, this is July already. Almost the middle of July. So we're all wearing jackets. Interesting, isn't it? That was the hike up. Here we are filming, or here I am filming down to the valley, and you see the little cable thing here to get supplies up to this restaurant. I filmed something inside, but I had to cut it out. It wasn't too nice, and it would take up too much space anyway to look at. And of course everything is here pretty much related again to celebrating, partying, like it is everywhere else.
Ja, tolle Aussicht.
Ja.